What's up? What's up? Welcome back to Jack of All Trades, a weekly podcast for you to digest where there will always be a special guest. I am your host, Jacqueline Renee, aka Black Jacks, Jackie O, Jackie Two Necklaces, and Trapid Eye Jacks if you know me like that. I'm super excited because my show is back. Y'all know I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but I will not miss Love After Lockup or Life After Lockup. So we got a new season of Love After Lockup. It's still season 3, but it should be season 4. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, what's going on?
Oh, nothing. Excited that my show is back on.
Yes, ma'am.
We're back to it, back locked in, honey.
Right. I hope y'all didn't think we forgot because we did not.
Did not.
Okay.
Thirsty.
Right. We are locked in. We just had to find some time to come together, but we're back in the saddle and we got a new batch of people. So,
Ooh, these some characters, baby.
yes, if you are not familiar with Love After Love After Lockup, you can definitely get on board. We got a new season. They are claiming it's season 3, episodes 35 and 36 that they've had, but it feels more like it should just be season 4.
Yeah, right? Like stop playing with us.
Right. Because I'm like, damn, this shit sounds like a never ending story, but it is actually a new season. Like, wouldn't you want to get kudos for having a new season and giving new people a chance to get into it? But I digress. So these are new people. If you haven't listened to a Love After Lockup review that we've done before, this is new shit. So, get into it. So I'm going to share some background on each one of these brand new couples that we have, and we'll talk about what went down in episodes 1 and 2. All right, so let's start off with Stanley and Lisa.
Girl, it's the toupee for me.
Okay, so a little background on our friends Stan and Lisa. So Stan is 65. Lisa is 39 and has been in jail for 10 months for tampering with a motor vehicle and possession. Lisa's giving off just like ain't got her shit together vibes. She and Stan met on Seeking Arrangements. And Stan's wife passed, so he's a widower, and he started dating. And he said he's dated around 100 gals. Those are his words, not mine. And he also wanted to let us know that his worth is around $2.3 million. And as you said, Stan's wearing a mean toupee.
Baby, because them sides are gray.
Yes.
But that toupee is black.
Yes.
And we see it. I'm like, come on, Stan. You better push through, baby.
I mean, they say he just laid the skunk straight on his head.
That's what it looks like. And Lisa, I think this is like her 7th bid.
Yes, this is her 7th time in jail. They went on 3 dates. So they met in the free world. Yes, they met on Seeking Arrangements, went on 3 dates, and then Lisa got caught up and went back to prison for, the 7th time.
And she's finessing. She's very manipulative. I can tell.
It's easy. It's light work.
Yeah.
Because this man is 65.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, babe, because apparently her brother caught a case. And let Stan tell it. She comes from a family of felons,
a pedigree of criminals.
Yes, her dad is a murderer. He said, don't know if he did a bid or he's currently in jail. And the brother just caught another case. And she's like, yeah, his bond is $30,000. I don't know if I should get him out. Well, ma'am, you can't do nothing. So you asking for the money from him. She's like, so should we just get him, babe? It's money. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Easy
Like,
come, easy
girl,
go.
easy. That's what she said. Easy come, easy go. Like, girl, what?
Yeah. So Lisa, just a general finesser for sure. Stan let his friends know about her. As we got to know a little bit more about their story, he showed his friends pictures and talks about how he prefers young women, and they indulge in him. They said she looks healthy. Mind you, Lisa's not no big woman, but I guess since she's standing toe to toe with Stan, she's not or was not rail thin. They say she looked healthy.
Well, I think, we TV is very shady. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So she kept saying stuff like, "Oh, I look like a boy now. I look more like my brother." So I know she
Right.
has a drug problem. So maybe she's healthy on those pictures. Maybe like they've seen her when she wasn't so healthy. Maybe I don't know.
Right. Yeah. There was
Hmm.
probably some discrepancies in the pictures that he shared. And in
Hmm.
some of them, she looked better than others. And that's probably where they call his friend like, oh, she looks healthy.
Hmm.
Who knows? But either way, these are, again, also 65-year-old men.
Oh, they made
So,
it clear. They said I couldn't imagine dating at this age, and they not wrong. Get somewhere and sit down. But he's mourning. He's trying to fill a void. He
mm-hmm.
probably was married to that woman for umpteen years. So,
Right. He was married to her until she passed. So, yeah,
hmm
he's still just looking for that companionship. So, and because he's seen Lisa at least a few times on the outside, he has probably an even bigger fantasy that he's envisioned, even more so than the folks that haven't spent time with the people on the outside.
exactly.
Yeah. So, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Stanley and his cat. Is his name Samuel?
Girl,
He's a
that
monster.
that he's had for 15 years. Okay.
Bless his heart. Samuel is a big old roly poly cat. Stan makes charcuterie and shares it with Samuel the cat. And
Hmm.
Lisa calls him collects from prison at one point, and just checks in with him, says I can't wait to get out and do those things we used to do in the basement.
Which sounded so. My mind went to Lifetime. Like, well, what did he have you doing in the basement?
Who
What,
knows?
Lisa? You can tell us. Blink twice if you need help.
Girl, I do not want to know. But
Okay.
yeah, Stan's he's very much sold on this idea of her being the perfect younger woman who's not like dumb young, but young enough to keep up with him. He talks a lot about needing a young, strong woman to hang with him. Old women backs always hurt, and
Ooh,
I was like, I know you, I know you fucking lying, Stan. You gonna talk about your
girl.
peers like that?
Let me tell you something. My knees and shit be hurting, so go on, Stan.
Right. I don't
Ooh,
know. I was like, you've
yeah.
kind of trying it, but he definitely lets us know, he needs a young woman to keep up with him. Stan is also very much sold on the idea that Lisa is going to, be his one and only until he dies. He has already decided that she will be getting part of
Mm.
whatever he leaves behind. So what
And
his
her share is 500,000.
yes. So yeah, she's getting 25% of his worth, a half a milli. Like, are
Mm.
are we being for real right now, sir?
You know what? Lisa ain't wrong, baby. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, let me come across one. I'm going to be doing those things in the basement. Okay?
Child, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Be talking about bring your toupee, daddy.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, Stan has two daughters now, and they are not with the shits.
At all. Neither would I. Now, on the flip side, let my daddy come home with some. I'm gonna fight her. What's wrong with
Right.
you? Every time it's on site.
Yes. So at one point, while Stan is actually eating his charcuterie with Samuel, when he's talking to Lisa, she asks, when is she going to meet his daughters? And he's looking at her like, girl, or I should say,
They
looking
don't
at
want
the
to meet you.
phone.
They are not about it. They want their mom, and that's it. That was his nice way of saying that's not gonna happen.
Right. And I don't even know why she is pressed for that, but who knows? I don't know if she was trying to make conversation, but honestly, I'm not trying to meet your children because, again, we seeking arrangements. Like, it's not even about all of that.
Okay.
What else? Oh, yes. So apparently on the inside, Lisa has been cutting up and got into a fight and got snatched ball.
Girl, first of all, what? What kind of fight? You got your ass beat that
Yes.
somebody snatched your hair out your head.
Right.
And how long did this fight go on? What did you do? Where was the guards? I have questions, honey, okay?
Child, Lisa got snatched ball. So Stan says, well, she's worried because she says she looks like her brother now. She lost her hair in a fight. So he goes down to the wig shop
Baby,
to
owned by
get,
the black woman, honey, okay?
okay, to get Miss Lisa a couple of wigs.
He spent 1,300 Buddhas on her, okay?
1,300 on 3 wigs. I
Hmm.
want to, I looked Miss Ma'am's salon up. Or her wig shop up. Let me go back here and see if I can find a name again. They are in Missouri. I don't know if I mentioned that before,
Oh, okay.
but yes, they are in the St. Louis area. So I'm like, okay, yeah, they probably went on down to one of them black blocks in St. Louis, and he said, yeah, I need me a good wig for my gal.
That's exactly what he said.
And she said, okay, it's Wig Life by Nikki. Okay. She got
Period.
Stan together and took all his little coins by matching his wigs up based off of a picture that Stan
Hmm.
showed her from prison with her favorite
Hmm.
blonde hair. And I say favorite blonde hair because I'm going to send you a little intel here. This is Miss Lisa's mugshots through the years. She's had many different hair colors. She likes all styles, lengths, and the like. So she gave Stan her
I
best mugshot. And
I don't think Miss Lisa got snatched balls though. I really don't think that.
yeah, you know what? I think at one point she may have, but I think eventually she cut it. She's starting to get a little hardened.
Yeah, I don't think it was no. And then she probably was on that shit.
There's also that. I mean, she
Yeah,
got caught. It was a possession thing, right? Like that was a part of her
yeah.
charges. So,
She probably was on high and said, "Fuck this hair."
you
Oh
know
yeah,
what?
Lisa done had all type of cuts, honey. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
Lisa has had styles.
She has had blonde, brunette, ginger, a darker red, a short strawberry cut, like bobs.
And
She
Lisa used to be a little cute. Nah.
Right. See, in 2014, Lisa was cute, and that's why she gave Stan the best picture that she had. And let's say if you start to count back, for taping and COVID, they probably did meet in like 2019, 2018. But when they met, I mean, based on these photos, okay, 2018, she looked all right. But
Hmm.
we have not met Lisa yet. We have not seen her come out them prison walls. So the most recent mugshot they have of her, she probably
Is
do
a
just like the
fool.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fool.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
more to come from Stan and Lisa. Like I said, she's not out yet. So she's on the wait list because we do have some folks that did get out. So let's go on to. You want to do Rachel and Doug?
Which one is that? Is that's not the lieutenant, is it?
No,
Rachel.
she's the one that's keeping the son.
Girl, let's go to this fool. Okay. She's foolish. Ashanti made that song just for her. Just for
Yes.
her.
So, Rachel and Doug are in Michigan. Rachel is 35, Doug is 28, and has been in jail for 11 years for home invasion first, and then a drive-by.
And she's a Marine.
And she's an ex-Marine. She's a rule
Yes.
follower who used to be in the
Yes.
Marines. Um, Doug's been
This
in
is
and
her third inmate.
third inmate, boyfriend slash husband.
She was married to the last one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Are they married?
Yes, actually, Doug and Rachel are married. He said, "You gonna marry me?" And she went down to the prison and married him. Doug has one son, and his name is Dougie Jr. And Rachel is keeping him right now. He was spending weekends at her house before the pandemic started, but now he's pretty much with her full time, probably because of the pandemic and because of filming.
And the mother's on drugs.
The mother has an addiction. The street said that the aunt was caring for Dougie Jr. before Rachel took him over.
Poor
Right.
babies. Just
You know how
passing them around.
girl, you know how we feel about the strung along kids. Not funny, but I mean, so let's open up how we meet Rachel. We meet Rachel because she's peering in Dougie Jr.'s room like, "Hey, are you okay?" And he's like, "Stop asking me that." I'm like, "Oh shit, we coming in hot."
Okay.
So yes, like you mentioned, this is her third prison bae.
The last one was on heroin.
Last one was on heroin, and she thinks that was the only issue, I suppose. Doug is pretty controlling. He bosses Rachel around, and she allows it. It's like she thinks it's funny.
She does because she laughs every time.
Yeah.
And mama, I will be hanging up on his ass. Like,
Every
click, I don't gotta
time.
deal with this. Every time. What? You hollering, click? What?
Like, let me give you a few minutes back of your time.
Yeah. Yeah, reclaim it real quick.
Yeah, he's definitely bossy. So, but Rachel's cool with this. So, imagine Amy Poehler. I don't know if you know Amy Poehler, but for those of y'all that know Amy Poehler with a real dark set of hair, it's exactly who she is. This is who we're talking about. So, Rachel,
She act a little slow.
she act like she don't have it together.
Because you know what? To be honest, he asked her about, because I guess he's about to come home, and he's like, "Look, have you talked to my PO? Because they have to make their residence plans and things of that nature." So he's like, "Have you talked to my parole officer to arrange me coming home and staying there?" And she's like, "No, I ain't talked to him yet." And he like, "Well, bitch, look, I'm about to come home. When the fuck you gonna do it?" So it's like I kind of get his frustration. Look, I'm not making no excuses for him, but every time he call her, ask her, then she be like, "No, I ain't got around to it yet.
Okay. So, yes.
Take care of business." And he like, "Well, what the fuck?" And he bugs up. He goes there every time.
Oh my gosh. So let's set up a little bit more some of the early demands that she shared that Doug had. So the 4 B's. She said when Doug comes home, he wants
Oh, child.
boobs, bologna, non-alcoholic beer, and blowjobs.
Girl.
And I'm like, and you just signed up for it? Yes, she signed up for it, y'all, to the tune of buying 2 9-pound rolls of bologna.
Like he's still incarcerated. I'd have been like, "Well, you could get bologna and blowjobs in there where you at." He'd have been mad at me. I'd have gave him reason to cuss me out.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, she's all on board with that. She tells her friends about it. They looking at her crazy, but she seems to be cool with everything that he's putting out. So yeah, like you mentioned, as time is getting closer, it's time for him to get out. Apparently, it is some things she said she would help with in terms of paperwork and getting him ready for release. And she says she hadn't figured it out. And even when he went off like he did, she was just like, oh, sometimes he gets a little cranky. I'm like,
It's
girl.
so simple. All she has to do is talk to the PO. They're gonna ask her like, "Oh, is it okay if he stays there? Do you have this in the home? Do you have like, whatever they're not supposed to have, like pit
Mm-hmm.
bulls, whatever the fuck?" And she just gotta
Did you
do
say
all of
pit
that.
bulls?
Yes, girl. They can. Some parolees cannot have pit bulls.
Yeah, I suppose, right? Depending on what you did.
Yeah. Yeah, so they got just gonna, and he probably has to come to the house, arrange to come to the house and do like investigate, just to make sure it's conditions that are conducive for his release.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand where he's frustrated because if he does not have a secured um, parole site, he can't get out. So I can understand his frustration. Like, okay, have you called these people yet? And her answer is always no. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand. Like, motherfucker, I'm not locked up. You are. I got shit to do. I got to go to work. I get
Mm-hmm.
it. But don't, when you telling people that on the inside, they're like really, your word is everything to them, and
Right.
she's not doing it.
Yeah. And I think in general, the issue is more so the tone and the approach because he's
Oh,
just
he's
giving
terrible.
abuser vibes,
Oh yeah, like
you
he'll put
know?
his. Oh, and he made a comment about as far as his son,
Yep.
like, well, you're gonna continue to baby him, and it's like that boy is like 11. How old
He's
is that boy? 12,
12. Mm-hmm.
and you've been locked up 11 of his 12 years of life,
Right.
and you have the audacity to not understand that he's been through a lot. He has a parent that's incarcerated, a parent that has an addiction. He's been
Yes.
bounced around. This is like whatever he was living with aunt. Now he's living with dad's girlfriend who he don't like.
His
What? He
prison
don't know you.
wife.
His prison wife, right? So this little boy has been through a lot, and he just wants his dad, and his dad is an asshole because he's
Right.
like, "Oh, you're gonna baby him and did it like so you about to come home and be mean to him too?"
Exactly. And he said he's going to have a bunch of rules that are terrible for little kids like me. And I'm
He said
like,
that.
it's messed up that that's even, what his first thoughts are of you getting out.
Yeah, yeah. But
So,
yet he still wants you to get out because he wants his dad. You know?
exactly.
Oh, poor baby.
Right. And I hate it when the kids be going through the ringer on here because a lot of times they're not the first priority when these people get out.
At all. It doesn't seem that way at all.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I just hope he doesn't actually become abusive because the way he's talking to her, and she's itty bitty. She's like 4'10". He's
Mm-hmm.
6'5".
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, Rachel girl, she talked to her mother at one point as well. And her mom was kind of playing like,
Ooh.
oh, I don't know what's wrong with her, why she feels like she has to fix people. But I also feel like, somebody call Iyanla down here because it's giving
Yeah.
you forgot about how, you neglected your child or some shit. I don't know. Mm-mm.
Because it's not her first time doing this.
Right. This is
Because
her
mom was
third
like
dude.
shocked. Yeah, mom was shocked, but not. Because she was like, how much have you spent on him? She's like 30 grand. Mom was like, oh, wow. Like,
Mm,
yeah. So this is a thing. This is her thing.
right. And you know it. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. Very interesting, but we're just hope Rachel girl, if you need help, get help. Don't be
Blink
over
twice,
there.
girl, so we can send somebody.
Right. Ciao. Okay, where do you want to go next?
Hmm. Who we got left? That's how we always narrow it down. Who we gonna go to next?
So we have Courtney and Josh, Ray and Brittany, and Deontay and Nicole.
Well, we know Deontay going last.
Yes.
Ray and who?
Brittany and Ray.
What? Okay, refresh my memory of them.
That is Miss Brittany from Texas, who says she comes from wealth. The black girl.
Girl, let's go here with her. She's okay. She's next
Okay.
because she's giving me Megan and Michael vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
This is
So,
the new Megan and Michael
yes.
ish, just
Right.
without the
Well,
Sarah.
right. Let's hope to God. Hell. So, Brittany and Ray are in Texas. Brittany is 33. Ray is 29 and has been in jail for 46 months for possession of narcotics with intent to sell. Brittany wanted to be farther along in her love life by now. She says she's from the upper middle class. She says that her people would describe her as bougie and liking nice things.
Not with that wig, but okay. It was the wig for me. It was very distracting. That's all I could concentrate on. Like, girl, what's going on here? Okay.
Yeah. So Ray is a dope boy. They met on Facebook. They had one mutual friend, and she felt like that was enough to move forward and to start to communicate with him. So she realized pretty quickly that he said he was locked down right now and was sending her prison photos.
Are you in jail? So here's the thing with that. So I've been on the TikTok lately, okay?
Okay.
Girl, there are so many inmates on TikTok,
For
okay?
real?
Like, what? What? I've never seen it. Like they are filming, like, yeah, they passing out meds. Like, what is they know that they're doing the latest dances, the challenges. And I'm like,
Mm,
what the fuck? I just couldn't imagine if I was an officer and I'm doing my little rounds and these inmates are in here doing the latest dance that's out and you in here and you will only know that from social media or YouTube. It's
right.
a phone up here. And I'm calling IA, come investigate right now. Like something going on up here is not right.
Oh my
But yeah,
gosh.
cause and I think about it like back when what's the little baby song Whoa when they was doing the little dance to that. It was a lot of inmates doing that challenge. And I'm like, yeah. So for him to be on Facebook doesn't, so now I know some, like the Fed, they have access to Facebook and things of that nature every blue moon. But
Mm-hmm.
Ray is in, I believe, a regular prison, I believe. So he all on Facebook talking about, yeah, I'm locked down right now. What? You got a whole page you running.
Child.
But it happens. It happens. It happens. They got
Yeah.
the contraband into the institution. Okay.
Okay. So, Miss Brittany, despite being bougie, as we realize, she likes her men edgy.
Bougie wig. That's what I'm gonna call her.
Child. She says that she actually has an ex who was abusive, and she, her family found out, and she, got him put in jail. And then after that, she met Ray. So they've been dating for 9 months. And to start the season, she had not mentioned the relationship to her family because they're traumatized from the last relationship. So, but Brittany, she's, like we said, she's ready to be in a relationship, married. She feels like her clock is ticking. And she can't wait for in-house dick. That's what she says.
That is what she said. Girl, you better get it out the drawer like the rest of us. Not that fucking serious, bro.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, she's ready for it. She spends the first episode letting her friends know what's going on, and she's really convinced herself that everybody should just get on board. Like, people shouldn't even be pressed about what's happening, or the fact that
It's no big deal.
yeah, like, just come along with me. But I don't know. I just, so here's the thing. Brittany is really doubling down on this whole, like, I'm from wealth. I come from upper echelon. And don't get me wrong, I think her family is, doing well. They're stable, they're financially stable, they're blessed, but I'm not seeing like wealthy. I'm seeing
Right.
we worked hard for 25 years
And
and
we're good.
we're
Yeah,
good.
we're
We stayed
okay.
together. We worked
Mm-hmm.
hard and we bought a home probably when they were way cheaper than they are today.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been able to, stay in a good, stable situation and surely give the kids a good life. But, I don't know if Brittany took that one way, but the girl said she was using a chime card when she was out with her friends, and I wasn't really sure what that meant, but
That's online banking.
yeah, they said that.
That's like a not regular, like I know ghetto girls who can't get them a regular account. They have Chime.
It's like a rush card.
There you go. There you go, friend. But I think it's instead of it being like a prepaid, it's like online banking. Like that's
Yeah,
the way they describe it, but it's nothing I would ever get.
right.
Hmm.
And I just don't think that Ray is going to be looking for marriage as soon as he gets out in the way that she is. That's why I feel like a lot of people are saying that she's like Chevelle from
You
last
know
season.
what? She definitely gave me Chevelle. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. Because then he come home and get right on that bullshit like Quaylan was. Like she
exactly.
catches him up. We saw that from the previews. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So in the second episode, Brittany pulls up on her family during her dad's birthday party, and she decides to announce to the whole household that she's dating somebody and they've been seeing each other for 9 months. And the reason that nobody in the family knew about it was because he was in jail.
Girl.
And this is where, we
And that's what
see
her mama said. Her mama was like, "Oh, girl."
girl. Okay. But this is where we see for sure that, again, like we already assessed, Brittany's family is cool. Like, they live in everyday suburban Texas. Like,
Hmm.
it's a home, it's a house that they have made a home for sure. But hell, even when we lived in Dallas, we seen some shit that was more player than that. Like, come on.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I think she has some delusions of grandeur because even though she wants to believe that all of this is happening and she wants to believe that shit is going to work out with Ray, she still clearly shows that she's lying through it all.
Hmm.
So obviously she didn't tell anybody in her family about the relationship. And she's like, well, at least I'm being upfront and not waiting 2 years and an engagement like before. I'm like, so you dated a man for 2 years and got engaged before you told your family about him last time?
Because you know you're doing some shit you ain't got no business doing. How about that?
Thank you. Thank you. And then mom, of course, was like, being upfront would have been telling us 9 months ago. And even then, they're like, all right, well, where's he going when he get out? She's like, he has to go to a halfway house and then he's paroling to his father's house. Then she turned around and go in the confessional and tell us that he's actually paroling to her house.
So he might be in the Fed if he got to go to a halfway house. He might be
Okay.
in the Fed because they always got to come home and go to a halfway house.
Okay.
I know that through our Illinois corrupt politicians.
Okay. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's like you continue to not tell the truth. So it's like, girl, what's really going on? I feel like you have lied to everybody about who you are and where you come from. And you lying to yourself
Mhm.
about how realistic this relationship is with this man. And let's hope he's better than the last one. But it sounds like you got a thing for dope boys. And
That's what it is.
that's right. And that's pretty much the long and short of it.
I
I
mean,
don't
they
know.
got some good dick, okay? So maybe she is getting
Okay.
nailed to the cross. She just obsessed. I understand, girl. I understand. But not in our 30s, baby. That's some shit you be doing in your 20s and You be dick dizzy and dick dumb around this motherfucker, but
I
not at this
mean,
age. No,
even if
no,
you're gonna
no.
do it in your 30s, don't equate it to marriage.
Don't move them in. So don't be talking about no
Right.
in-house. No, no,
Right.
no. And that's condoms. That's niggas you have sex with condoms, okay?
Okay.
You can't trust them, baby.
Because I guarantee you, Ray got a kid that she does not know about.
Probably several. Ray looks like he gives out BV, honey, okay?
Oh, God.
He just does. He just does. I was looking at him like, oh, he's gonna come home and put her through it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can see right away.
And we saw the previews. I was like, I'm not surprised.
At all. She already going through it. I'm like, girl.
This girl I saw in your phone. I was like, here we go.
Yep. And so I love how mama put her business all on blast. She said,
Don't they all?
okay. She said Brittany has 2 jobs, a house and a car. Like, why is she doing this? I'm like, not Miss Little Affluent Mama's working 2 jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not giving affluence like you want to believe that it is. And that's my only thing. Like, don't try to put it out there if that's not what it is, girl. To your point, the wigs. The wigs are the dead giveaway.
Girl, you're not the bee's knees, as the old folks will say. It's the
Right.
wig for me.
Rich
You ain't
girls
even go
have
to the wig
microlinks.
shop. Yeah, you ain't even go to the wig shop in Missouri. Like, dude, you not paying no 1,300 for them wigs. The
No.
fuck?
You need to
You
get
want
Stan to take you down to Nikki's House of Wigs.
okay? You better call Tay, arrogant Tay, honey. Okay?
Okay? Alonzo Arnold.
Ooh, he gonna slay her. Okay, I
Okay?
love him. I love
Me too.
him. I love him. I love him. I
Okay. I mean, if
love
you really got it, right? Like, if you really got it, it's nothing for you to drop 500 on a wig.
him at all.
You wouldn't
At
come on
all.
TV with that wig. And I don't know. I feel bad because even if you don't, even if you don't watch a lot of TV, you already know how it goes down in these confessional scenes. Like,
Hmm.
you knew we was
We're
gonna
gonna
see
see
that wig.
everything. We're
Yes.
gonna see all the details, Mama. We're gonna fry you on these podcasts, okay? You know this.
So I don't know. I feel for her, but
Not really. Not
right,
feeling.
not really, because
Megan and Chevelle ruined it for for those.
you know what, and it's so crazy how she is kind of like a blend of both of them.
Of both. You know what? Megan only because of the wigs. And maybe the family home as well. Like, Megan came from good household and
Mm-hmm.
parents and stuff. That's the part, and she was from Texas. That's the part of
Yep.
her that reminds me of Megan. Chevelle is this dumb shit. Like, oh, I want to come home and get married right away. Like, and then, but he's still doing him. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the Chevelle shit.
Right. So, Brittany, girl, we've seen you and you're kind. So, good luck.
Good fucking luck.
All right. So, Courtney and Josh in Ohio.
Lieutenant Dan girl and them.
I have so been waiting to have this conversation with you. So, Courtney and Josh. Courtney is 30, Josh is 29, and he has been in jail also for 11 years for burglary and attempted assault.
Hmm.
Courtney is not only a part of the corrections staff at the prison, or was, but she was a lieutenant and worked at the prison that Josh was in. They started dating. Did it say, was it a couple years ago?
I would think so because so how it started was they raided his cell, which lets you know he being on bullshit.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say like, oh, it was a random shakedown. No, y'all raided his shit. So y'all had to run up in there looking for some shit. Okay. Because
Mm-hmm.
he was on something. So she found some writings that he had about how he's just misunderstood and he's had it so rough. And she was like, I can relate to him. And yeah, she started doing whatever with him that way, then coming to visit him, putting on different wigs so that she could come visit him, which I thought was stupid because I like if I come up to my job with a different wig on, this thing I'm like, oh, that goes, hey girl,
Hey girl, like what's up? Why are you here on your day off?
right? And then the fact that she did it, she visited him more than once, like, so I'm thinking that staff cannot possibly be that fucking stupid,
Right.
or they just let her do it while they investigated her, and they just let her hang herself.
Yeah, because she said she got away with it for 8 weeks, claiming that
Just
she didn't know that it was against the law, just against the
the
rules.
rules. So Mama Jack, so I have my supervisor at work who's 52. He watches this show faithfully.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we looked it up, and they still, the lieutenants there make 60, 65, about 60,000.
Ma'am.
So for Ohio, like a small town in Ohio, that's still good money. That's damn good
Yes.
money. So you jagged your good ass paying job for this man, and now look at you,
So yes.
power washer,
So after
goofy ass.
after them 8 weeks were up, she got arrested and sent to jail for 6 months and then got 2 years probation on top of that.
Now you a felon.
And now you're a felon. Right along with his
Or
ass.
was it a misdemeanor? I think it was a
Oh,
misdemeanor.
mm,
I think she said a misdemeanor. Well, she's on probation, so
right.
it's
She
no
got two
telling.
years probation. That it might be a heavier weighted misdemeanor. I
Oh
don't think
yeah.
it was nothing that was taken lightly. Hell.
That
Um,
could have went so many different ways because by him technically being a ward of the state, they could have charged her with like sex. They could have charged her as a sex
yes.
offender.
Yes.
Hmm.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, the only thing that I could think of, I'm like, did she wear masks, because of COVID that may have kept her from getting found out for a little while? Like, I just,
No, let's be clear. She had pictures of them. So you was all in the
yeah.
visiting room taking pictures with your stupid, real dumb, goofy ass with these wigs on. Like, Ma, what the fuck was you think? You just thought if y'all was never gonna get caught ever?
Right. She was going to ride it out.
And I'ma stick
Child.
beside him. That's what she was saying. I'ma stick beside him.
This is your
That's
man.
mine. That's mine. Yup. And I'ma stick beside. That's what she said. When that judge sentenced her. That's what she said.
Child.
And she has the audacity to be upset that he cannot parole to her house because she a fucking felon.
Right.
No, she's on probation. Let me
Because
say
she's
that
on
because she,
probation. Hmm.
yeah, he can't parole there. So she's crying. You know what? I think she has it. She not that bright, or she has very low self esteem. Like the way she be talking, like she falls for whatever it is he says.
Yeah, and you know
She
what? She admitted. She said, I have terrible taste in men. She said she actually has already been married twice. This is her third marriage. They got married by proxy 6 months prior, which means that neither one of them was present, but
were present.
somebody signed paperwork
Good.
to marry both of them and join them in a union while they was locked up.
Hmm.
Insane. Who
Hmm.
signs up to do that?
Her dumb ass.
Child. So Josh is getting out and like you mentioned, can't live with her because she's on probation. Sorry if y'all hear the
Well,
choo-choo train.
it's the choo choo for me in front of the train. But here's, you know what it was for me though, Jackie. You know your girl. You know your girl.
What?
Oh baby, it was that nasty ass house, honey, for me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was
Hold
like,
on. We gonna get to the
what?
house. We gonna get to the house. Hold on.
What?
So let's talk about though how she mad about him not being able to parole to the house.
Fine.
To the point, right,
My
that
husband.
she talked to a lawyer about this.
He's my husband.
And it's like, girl, it does not matter. Like, y'all are in trouble. Y'all have done bad things to be together. But she's crying, carrying on. She says that she has gone without for Josh. She said her hot water got cut off so she could send Josh money down to the prison.
Girl, the hot water tank broke and she did not get it fixed. So you in the house with two dogs that you cannot properly clean up behind or wash your ass.
Oh my God.
So but see, this is my thing. These are men. These are the type of men that women want in their lives. What man would say, yeah, baby, go without hot water just to send me some money? Like, what real
Right.
man would be like, nah, babe, I'll figure some shit out in here? Because clearly he's an inmate. He knows how to survive in there. He knows how to figure it the fuck out. Okay. They
Right.
inmates. That's what they do. So he don't have even that much longer to go. So why didn't he just say, I got this for whatever amount of time, you get your hot water fixed, even if motherfucker you don't want to come home to no hot water? The fuck.
Right. Like, I don't know if she didn't tell him or how you justify that happening or allow that to happen, but there's no way you should have put yourself in that position, because there's nothing that he could do to dictate that to you from behind bars. So yeah, so Josh is one of our actual inmates who gets out in these first two episodes. So Courtney has to ride down to the prison area with her homegirl because she can't pick him up because why? She's on probation.
So she cannot be on the prison ground.
So she decides that her friend is going to drop her off at some undisclosed location and she'll go pick Josh up, and Courtney is going to put on a pickle costume to surprise him in. They have an inside joke. There's a meme that has a pickle that says I'm kind of a big deal or deal on it. And they must just think that's just the joke of the century. So she says she's going to wear a pickle costume for him. So he seems to get out. There's not a lot of fanfare around him getting out, probably because the pickle costume is already enough to take in. Friend comes rolling up to this lot. She's hiding behind a boulder or whatever the fuck that shit is called.
A block of cement.
Yeah.
The fuck.
A barricade.
God.
And then, so Josh comes around and she's all so emotional. Like, she doesn't even get up. He has to like help her get up in this damn pickle costume. You failed right then and there, Courtney. That was your moment to shine. Why did you not pop out like in the pickle suit?
Girl, how about most people want to have on some lingerie for their man when he come home? You came with a pickle costume.
I mean, even a nice top and a good fitting pair of jeans, makeup nice, hair nice, any of that.
No, mama had that hair in a wet ponytail
Underneath the pickle costume.
And it was dog hair on her clothes.
And didn't even get up. He had to walk behind and see her laying on the ground with her hands on her face in a pickle costume.
Girl.
So, we can tell that Courtney's a crybaby. She's going to be crying a lot.
Pissing me off.
Right. So they hop in the back seat and ride off into the sunset. Got the homegirl riding around like the Uber driver. And they go and get some food. So they get some burgers, and Josh is acting like he just has never been out in the free world, even as a child, because he points to a slice of cherry pie. Like, what is this?
Girl. And I'm sure they got a little zuzus and wham-whams on commissary, okay?
Something familiar.
And they went through a drive-through, right?
I
believe they did.
No.
Okay, maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, they went inside because it was like an old school diner type of feel to it.
Oh, Steak and Shake.
Yeah, okay. Right. They went in like a glorified Steak and Shake that also sold like baked goods. So he orders a burger with ketchup and pickles, says it's the best burger ever. And then they head home. And I'm going to let you take it away.
Girl, this house. I hated it. Damon Wayans, okay? Everything about it. She's like, this is the dining room. This is and he's just like, oh yeah, this is nice. I said, no, it's not nice. Stop saying that. The bed. Let's get to the bed. First of all, those dogs they're big dogs. They're not little Yorkies or anything. These are
Right.
big dogs, and she has the little staircase that leads up to the bed for them.
Oof, I didn't
They're
see
used
that.
to being, yes, I saw it. I saw it all. They're used to being in this bed, and he's laying in the bed, and these dogs are all over him. And I'm like, nothing is sexy about none of this.
Right.
Like,
But
that
he
house was disgusting.
but he called it an empire.
See,
That's how
yeah,
you
because
know.
it's not a sale.
Right.
It's not cell block D. The fuck?
Right. And you've been locked up your full natural adult life. So what do you know?
But you know what? Then again, too, inmates are going to inmate. I say it all the time. Maybe he telling her whatever the fuck. He got he just trying to get him a piece of ass for 14 days and
Mm-hmm.
get the fuck on. So he's probably going to tell her whatever she wants to hear. He can't come in and be like, ew, this is gross. I'm not staying here.
True. I mean, but you know what? That's how you know that the guys are typically a little bit more committed to their mission. You know, because Lindsay last season,
She was wrong.
she
She was
came in
wrong.
like, what the fuck is this?
She was not wrong, and he was upset because he felt like she should have had that attitude, like, well, it's not a sale,
Mm-hmm.
but
Right.
she not wrong. Fix this shit. Pick this shit up,
Well,
dog.
Josh didn't have any of that energy for Courtney. It was totally fine that she had a freaking pit bull and and another dog in her
Girl,
bed. So yeah, and at that point, you know, they start getting real hot and heavy, and I'm pretty positive he said that he would like to use her thighs for earmuffs.
Jackie, the thighs that have not been in no hot water. No, it's
So,
just nasty. Nobody is taking a bath. Like, when you went to his grandma's house to power wash the bird shit off the side of her house? Did you take a bath over there? Like,
child, yeah. So let's get into that deleted scene. You know, exclusive. You know, if you're not super into the Love After Lockup, you might not have seen this deleted scene. So Courtney goes down to Josh's grandmother's house. Josh's grandma is about 82. Not with the shits.
mhm,
Courtney
at
says she
all.
just likes to help people. So she has a power washing business now because of course she lost her previous job.
Good job.
Child. So she's sitting down talking to Josh's grandma, telling her that he's about to get out, and you know, and she just she's ready. She's ready for him to be out, and grandma is like, don't bring him down here.
She said she don't want nothing to do with him because he wrote her a letter going off on her,
Yes,
and
that's
that was
right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And she not wrong. And the audacity of you to write anybody from prison going, and probably because she wouldn't send him no money. That's probably what it was all about.
Had to be. I mean, come
But
on
she
now.
not stupid. She know her grandson. She like, I'm not participating in that shit. And let's be clear, that's what old school parents did. Especially black parents. You go to jail, ain't no money on the phone. We not condoning this shit.
Right. And this is somebody's Midwestern old white grandma. And at the end of the day, he's 29. He's been in jail for 11 years. She probably knew he was a terror as
hmm
a child and a teen. And all he's been
hmm
doing is asking her for money. And then to your point, and to her point, to write a letter, a scathing letter from prison, I would
hmm
be done with your ass too.
The audacity of you. Like, oh girl, hang up on his ass. That I couldn't be her friend. You steady calling, hollering. Hang up on him, girl. Give me the phone. Press in. Fuck are we doing here?
Right. So yeah, I don't know. Courtney and Josh, he seems okay now, but pretty short tempered in
Mm-mm.
previews. Um, the
Cause she was
streets,
crying, talking about,
yes,
why did you throw your wedding ring, Josh?
yes,
Did he
that's
flush it
right.
down the toilet or something?
Yes,
And he only quarantined with her for 14 days. So y'all can't spend 14 days around each other.
child, damn.
But that's the thing. When they be locked up, it's different. And now y'all got to actually be around each other. Ooh.
Right. And you know what? It's kind of interesting that they frame it as a quarantine, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
know it's only going to be 14 days. But I think about how many other couples were probably only together for that same amount of time in past seasons. They just were able to drag it out. And it wasn't until the end that we look back and be like, it's really only been 2 weeks with these people, you know? So it'll be interesting
Yeah.
because that's what we know. We know they're going to drag it out because they get to do is quarantine together, and it doesn't even look like it's going to end well at that point. So
Do you even want to be married? Is this not what you want anymore? Like, girl, stop crying. And that'll be a fool if they don't make it because she literally lost everything fucking with him.
right, exactly. But I mean, again, she knows what's up. Horrible taste in men. You got to deal, girl.
Mm, mm.
All right, last couple:
Mm, mm,
Deontay
mm.
and Nicole.
This noodle head looking motherfucker here. I cannot. And he, you know what? Another Marine.
Yes, yes. All
Another
right.
Marine. And as a black man, it's like we gotta stand here and watch you be so stupid.
Yes. All right. So Deontay and Nicole are in Virginia. Deontay
Mm-hmm.
is 33. Nicole is 23 and has been in
Mm,
jail
mm,
for
mm,
4 years for robbery. Deontay
mm.
happens to be black and Nicole happens to be white, by the way. They are the only interracial couple on this season, I believe.
Mm, mm, mm.
Deontay, much like Brittany, also wanted to be farther along in his love life by now because he evaluates himself very well. You know, he says he's a welder now, he has a good job, he has a car, his own place, and he says he's attractive. So, he thought he'd be married by now.
So his car is a Ford Fusion with a hubcap missing.
I can't say nothing. I think I got two hubcaps missing.
No, no, friend. Oh, we gonna get you together.
Yes, girl, my next car is going to be a real upgrade.
Oh, Father in heaven, help her,
Oh
Lord, help
gosh.
her.
Yes, but right. I
And
mean, he riding,
he's a
but you know what?
welder.
I know it's an old car now at this point. He's making it seem like, oh no, I got a whip. It's like,
Mm,
sir, there's a dent in
mm-mm.
that car.
A dent. It's a Ford. Like I didn't know. It's like I don't know. Um, what else? He makes $24 an hour
Yes, he
as a
does.
welder.
Yes, he
And
does.
it's like this money, he has to work overtime. Like I'm thinking he probably does, but maybe not, because he probably by being an ex-Marine gets all type of housing discounts, maybe.
Yeah, there
So he gets
are.
the
Mm-hmm.
perks.
Yeah, you probably
Yeah,
get some veterans discounts to some extent, and then yeah, I
probably
mean
some
that.
extra money every month from the military.
Yeah, and then the $24 an hour, my thing is,
Hmm.
it's like, okay, you do the math, it's about like $50,000 a year, which sounds okay at first, but when you start taking out taxes,
Hmm.
this is the issue. So
But he probably gets, they be getting extra money like disability and all that kind of stuff. So he
because
probably gets some extra money from the military every month.
you trying to say he got a disability?
No, they be claiming it because which I say give it to them because, I dated a former Army guy, and it's a
Yes.
guy at my work, at my job, who's a former Marine as well, and he doesn't pay any property taxes,
Okay.
and he lives in the same city I do. He doesn't pay property taxes, so they can live wherever. So with that disability, um, any little the PTSD,
Yeah,
any of
that's what
that
I thought
stuff,
of. Okay.
yeah, they could get like 12, an extra 1,200. That's the at minimum a month. They could get
Okay.
up to like 3 grand a month extra,
Okay. Yeah.
and on top of not paying any property taxes, and
So
it's tax free.
So yeah, I mean, there's probably some, and you know what? All of that combined probably makes Deontay feel like, oh, like I'm getting a lot of breaks essentially, so
Hmm.
I'm good.
Hmm. Hmm.
So Nicole, like I mentioned, happens to be white, blonde white girl with some blue eyes, uses a lot of filters, lots of makeup,
Mm.
and
Mm.
perks up a lot of cleavage. So
Hmm.
she's young
Came
though.
wrong.
Right. She's
Right.
young but at the end of the day, like a lot of these other people, she spent all of her adult years, the
In
young
jail.
adult years she's had in prison. Yeah.
Hmm.
So Deontay in the first episode shows us all of this shit that he's bought Nicole. Despite the first thing him saying is, I don't like materialistic people.
Hmm. Yet that's all you present.
Right. I'm like,
That's
so
all you have to offer.
why would you buy all of these materialistic things if you don't like materialistic people?
And nothing about him is materialistic. Like that house not shop. Like he don't dress like shit.
Which is why
So
he clearly doesn't like materialism for himself and will prefer for
right.
you to not be materialistic, but you don't realize that that's what you're being presented with.
And that's all you're offering to her. iPhones, all type of goofy ass shit.
Right. Okay. He's bought what looked like a rose teddy bear. Like you said, iPhone, Jordan. She got all the new
AirPods,
Jordans. Yeah, AirPods for her iPhone. He
cash.
he also gave her $1,000 in cash. So yeah, he's definitely giving her all of the material things for him to claim he doesn't like materialistic people. Um, we open up meeting him at the wine shop actually. And he's in there about as slow as they come, talking about, I'm buying wine for my girlfriend, but I don't know what I'm doing. She says she want red, white, and pink. I'm like,
If you
sir,
don't go in that liquor store aisle and pick that shit up and go,
okay, but even then, I'm like, who goes in the liquor store, wine and spirit shop, whatever, asking for pink wine? Like, this man don't know nothing.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
So okay, so let's fit it in here. Before before his friend comes and he shows him all of the materialistic things that he's bought Nicole, he shows us his toy that he has. It is a miniature
Ooh.
white torso that he has named Nicole Jr. He says that he has a very high sex drive and he does not want to cheat on her.
Mm, mm, mm. He hadn't had sex in a year and a half. I remember him saying.
I mean, I suppose that's what it is, but I'm just like, if you have such a high sex drive, why are you not talking to women on the outside?
Exactly. Oh, this is his second inmate as well. Let's be clear.
Yes, this is also his second inmate.
Hmm. The
He
first one, ooh, wiped him out, baby. Wipe that ass like a little baby. Okay.
Yes. So before we get to her, but we'll just quickly say his best friend says that he bought a white girl by buying all these material things and,
Hmm.
basically checking for her for all of these physical reasons and materialistic reasons, whether he wants to see it that way or not. It's all about him buying himself this white girl.
And then he
So
had the nerve to be shady and say, "What I look like, Donald Trump?" Yeah, whatever, however you want to slice it and dice it, sir. That's what you did. He just got more money than you.
yes, I'm interested to see where that preview takes us. But yeah, so okay. Later into the first episode, Deontay goes to his mother's house and has dinner with her and his younger brother. And he lets his mom know that not Chelsea, that's the old girlfriend name, Nicole, is getting out. And his mama starts to let us know about Chelsea, the ex-girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend was also in jail. Ex-girlfriend was also a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl. Ex-girlfriend also took a lot of filtered photos. He says they both call themselves Barbie dolls. There's just a lot of similarities, but he doesn't see it. He doesn't think that it means anything that he's essentially dating the same white woman.
And that one took him for, he lost everything. His apartment, his car, had to move back home with his mother. Like, he's just now bouncing back from all of that.
Which is like, I don't understand how you would allow him to move back in. Like, he would have had to live on the street or rough it dealing with me. Like, you have to know you are 33 years old. You are not, it would be one thing if y'all were the same age, or you were a few years older and you were still figuring life out as a, 20 something. But you got 10 years on this current girlfriend. You probably had a similar set of years on the previous girlfriend. Like, how are you allowing this to happen? That's where I would draw the line with being a safety net for somebody. But he claims that, Nicole has told him that he's one in a million. And she may have said that she wasn't coming on these sites to look for love, but he's one in a million and she's going to be with him forever. And he believes it.
They know what to say. Just like what Destiny told Sean, baby, okay? Like these people, it's the same script. It's like it's like an inmate manual or something that they all read on how to finesse.
Yep. Mama asked how much money he spent on this girl. He said 20 to 30,000 over the course of 18 months.
The magic number.
Right, the magic number, right? Mama wants to know on what, and he says commissary. And I'm like, you know what? I start doing math, breaking it down. And I'm just like, okay, 20 to 30,000 over the course of year, 18 months. That's still roughly coming out to like $400 to $500 maybe a week, or a little bit less.
And then I think they factor in the gas and going to visit, because a lot of times these prisons are hours away, right? So
yeah,
sometimes it's gas and hotel. Then it's the money on the phone. That's a lot.
Okay.
That adds up. Yeah. So I think it's all of the above. It adds up.
And Deontay has not seen her in a while because she got in trouble behind the wall and couldn't have any more visitors. So after a while, it was just a virtual, transactional type of relationship. I mean, you can show as much love as you want to on the phone, but at the end of the day, baby girl was staying in touch because she needed that money.
Oh yeah. And he gave it to her. He's just stupid. He is so stupid.
Yes, so right. I mean, if you're thinking of the simpleton that's in your town that really feels like he did something by bagging a young white girl, even though she was in jail, you're thinking of Deontay. So,
like Clinton Tracy.
Yes,
just a black version.
That's a great way to put it. So in the second episode, Deontay is on his way to pick up Nicole. Nicole is the other inmate to get out on these first couple episodes. So he's so excited. He tells us he just can't wait. He's so nervous. He got the bubble guts.
The bubble gut. Okay.
Oh gosh, girl.
He's crazy.
These people, I'm just like, it just never ceases to amaze me. But he is ready to give this girl the world. He said he's so excited he might jump into her arms like he is quote unquote the female. It's a lot. And so he pulls up to the prison on the side of the road at like 6:45 in the morning. Eventually, little Miss Mama Nicole comes out, she's a cutesy little.
She is cute.
Yeah.
Had her tight jeans on. She's giving her shape.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Cute little white girl shape. Nothing crazy. And, he's just overdoing the whole experience. He's all like, bring that ass here, girl. And
what was the black man with the white girl that she ghosted him?
oh, Tyrese.
The girl, yes, that ass. Come here. I want to have sex with her. That's how he acting. Thirsty. Bring that ass here, girl.
He's giving off super thirsty. He has a wine toast with her. He presents her with the cash, and essentially tells us that, she shouldn't rub it too close up on him because, she's going to awaken a monster.
Yeah.
So
that has sex with a toy that he put in a dishwasher.
Oh, how did we forget, child?
That's it. He put it in the dishwasher.
Yes, he showed us Nicole Jr. and then said, well, let's get you all cleaned up, and throws her in the dishwasher with dishes. I think that's really
next to the plate.
That's the real problem here. Like, why did you throw that thing in there with dishes? But, she's out. She seems nice enough. She said that she was a good girl growing up, but she got into that Xanax and then pills in high school, and that shit just made her want to fight. And cut up, and, she wound up getting in trouble. I'm like, sounds like you were stealing money for drugs, but okay. And, exactly. Right. So got locked up, and, she loves him and she wants to love him and be with him. But, we'll see how it goes. And I think everybody knows how this is going to go. She's 23. He's 33 and not very bright. And let me step back. Let me take that back. Because I say this with no offense at all and all the love in the world, but I truly believe that Deontay is a little bit, on the autism spectrum. And I think I think it would have been better to acknowledge that at some point, especially from his mama standpoint, because then maybe she could have been a little bit more involved, maybe helped him manage his finances, take a few of his coins so he wouldn't drive himself homeless trying to help white women.
I think it's just he one of those that the girls really never, because he's not a looker,
Let him tell her he's good looking.
Okay. He's, really skinny. So, and that's as an adult. So he's probably not had a lot of experience with the women, like wanting him and stuff like that. So yeah, he has to be with his toys and buy white women. And yeah, so I could see that being a factor, like guys who ain't never had women pay them no attention. Now you got this girl calling you every day and, stuff like that women in the free world would never do.
Right. And he's giving off skinny, but like long dick. But again,
when he said he had a high sex drive, I said he probably slaying shit too.
Yeah. But again, to your point, like most women probably are not comfortable spending a whole lot of time with you because, you might come off a little bit awkward because ultimately you might be on the
socially
spectrum.
Awkward as fuck. Yeah.
But and your mama want to play like it ain't nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. And nothing about him will be like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to go over his house after I leave the club being drunk with my girls. Right. After brunch, I want to get home to my man. Like, no, not him. He's not that. So, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of messed up because, again, right, like he's pretty much done everything right. Like went to the military, seemingly spent his time, and it clearly can talk about it. Hell, so it's not like he was
Right.
dishonorably discharged or anything. He's not. I almost wondered like if some black girl, really kind of screwed him over.
Heard him. Mm-hmm.
But he actually went live on his IG and said, he doesn't see color. He will date anybody. But he also came off real slow in the way he described it. He's like, I date the sisters and the Latinas and the white girls. I don't see color. I'm like, oh, okay. You one of them people that say shit like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And it's like politically correct to say it in 2021. So shut up.
Yeah. And
because all the racists say it too. So whatever.
Right. So I'm like, dude, yeah, I think he's an awkward guy. And most people are not interested in going through that with somebody. But I can't believe that you couldn't find somebody through, a dating app for the outside versus having to go through the prison system and literally just get drained of all your money.
Because, baby, you want somebody to take your money, you can call me, baby. I know what to do with it.
Right. You buying Jordans and new phones and...
Okay, baby.
And all types of shit, okay?
You got them Jordans. I got that dumb shit. Come on, you want me to spend your money? I know what to spend it on. Come on over here. I got countertops and shit to buy.
You got $1,000 cash for somebody? Like, child.
Let's go to the Louis Vuitton store or something.
Right. We can give me a little quick bag, quick clutch.
Okay.
Quick pair of shoes. Like, I mean, if you just want to blow the money. But, let him tell it. That's being materialistic. So.
But let's be clear. This girl, per the previews, she's not going to give him none. While he got this high sex drive, she's telling him no sex until I get my boobs done.
And I'm like, girl, we didn't give him that $1,000 back and be like, baby, put this on as the down payment on my job, okay?
Make my appointment. Appointment needs to be ready.
Right.
My recovery house needs to be paid for. And she's texting somebody else on that phone, per the previews as well. So, and he gets that Marine come out. I say this all the time because I work with a lot of guys that are military. The Marines, those Marine guys are a different kind of crazy, okay?
Yeah.
So he bugs up and he's throwing all that shit out the car. So something happened.
Right.
Something happened.
They probably have about a quarantine's worth of time together as well.
Well, that stuff clearly never made it out the car. We see when he bought it and he throwing it out.
Right. What gave it away? It was the rose teddy bear.
Yes, it was. I was like, oh, he just bought her that, baby.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, to kind of wrap up these first 2 episodes, there were some common themes that I just had to highlight. So there were lots of young adult offenders who literally have spent their whole, young adult lives in the system. So it's going to be interesting to see them trying to navigate the world when they've literally been locked up since they're like 18, 19.
With somebody smothering the fuck out of them.
Right.
And pressuring them to do things that they don't even know about yet.
Right. Like we mentioned, there's ex-Marines on here. Between Deontay and Rachel, I don't know what they making y'all doing in Marines. But
you know who else is a former Marine?
Marcelino. Yep.
Crazy. They crazy.
Yep. So I don't know how we always got the Marines on here, but they definitely are representing again this season. We see that there's desperados measuring their life by their age. Brittany and Deontay feel like they should be married. They 33. Like, if they don't get married, it's a wrap. I'm like, okay. I mean, if that's...
And look, one got a sex toy and one need one. Okay.
Right. So... there's obviously a lot of naive lost folks, so that's nothing new. And of course there's a whole lot of scheming and scamming going on, so
per usual. Per use. That's the use.
Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully we'll be able to come back to you all weekly with some updates, and they'll be shorter and sharper, but we could not pass up an opportunity to introduce this new cast and get into this bullshit that they're about to provide for this season. So I'm looking forward to it. And then Life After Lockup is coming back in August. So I don't know. I don't see any hardcore faves on there, so I don't know if that's going to be the wave.
No,
but
Sean on there still lying. That's all I saw. Was Sean still lying.
Oh, stupid Sean, yeah.
Bubble gum.
Right, with a new prison girl. So, and then Lacey, Shane, and John, who've been cutting up on Instagram.
Have they?
Yes, a couple weeks ago, Lacey was on IG Live kissing on John. Yep. And
girl, I just woke my dog up. She looking at me like, "What, girl? What's the tea? What? That was a good boy. What?"
Yes. So Shane went to jail for animal cruelty, allegedly. What? Yes. And while he was down for that charge, there was an IG Live of Lacey looking wasted, looking like she had her a great night. And she was with John, and they was like kissing and all in each other's faces. And yeah.
Girl, Shane can't take it. He ain't gonna be able to take that.
Child, right. I don't know if it was for the season or whatever, but I mean, it also I don't know how long they could possibly be filming. Who knows? But yes, that was recent.
And she on there talking about, is she the reason you're not fucking me? Girl, that's the way she said it was pissing me off. Like, she's so dramatic.
Yeah, I really believe that they went to an acting class, and that was them showing us a scene of her doing some script with him. So I just don't want to believe it. But I don't know. Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, back on the scene for your summer viewing pleasure. So we'll definitely be back with all the shits, any exclusives we can find, any word on the street. And yeah, until next time, we'll be back.
Yes, indeed. See you, girl.
All right. See you later. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I'm still hype about my favorite guilty pleasure being back. So, like I said, we'll bring it back to you weekly. We'll keep it a little, short and cute for y'all going forward. But, hopefully, hey, you got a good download, you know what's up, and you got time to really get into the season. If you want to watch, you're not really behind. So get into the new episode this week and then come back for us. And we're going to review again next week. And thank you again for tuning in. And as always, remember, I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none, not here to be an expert, just here to have fun. Bye, guys.